Welcome to battle number 2 of week number 10 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League. This battle is pitting Wooper Blooper, which is Lion Hugs, versus Downtown Darmanitan, which is Tiller, 4th act on Pokemon Showdown. The Mega Pokemon available in this match are Mega Gyarados, not appearing actually on Wooper Blooper, and Mega Sharpedo is available on Downtown Darmanitan. And then the Z Pokemon we have are Dragonite with any Z moves, Chandelure with attack Z moves on Wooper Blooper. We could see a Z move from that side. On the other side, we're not going to be seeing a Z move today, as both Raichu Alola with attack Z moves and Golisopod with any Z move are both absent. This is going to be a very intense battle because these are two people vying for the playoffs spot. Both are likely to get into the playoffs, but to confirm it, the battle will need to be a close one. The loser cannot lose by a lot. As long as the loser loses by a little bit, I think if it's Lion Hugs, it has to be actually a -1, and if it's Tiller, I believe it has to be a -3. If they manage to lose by a little bit, then they'll be guaranteed for playoffs. If not, there's still not a guarantee, even though it's likely they'll enter, so this will be an interesting match. We're looking at the hyper-offensive Titans of Downtown Darmanitan with Mandibuzz, who premiered with the stall style that actually worked very well. Mandibuzz is a tricky one to get around because it could stall, but it could also foul play, which means that it could fire off strong attacks. So it kind of has the best of both worlds, especially versus strong physical attackers like Metagross, like Dragonite. So that's what Lion Hugs is going to have to be careful of. Lion Hugs actually has a few threats of their own, with Dragonite being able to Dragon Dance and boost to very high levels, Chandelure being able to fire off some nukes, and Serperior. You don't want to see what happens when Serperior gets some boosts up, because it could just plow through teams with the right conditions. I think Serperior actually might be one to watch out for. Mandibuzz can be a problem for Serperior, but otherwise, if it gets a Leaf Storm going, I see it doing very well. Dragonite as well. Mandibuzz might be one of the Pokemon to look out for this time too. So we'll see how it goes. This is going to be a very exciting match, and I'm really looking forward to it. So without any further ado, let's get this battle underway. Let's see what these trainers have to offer. In comes Chad Deluxe, Chandelure, and Vicky the Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz coming out right off the bat. I think what was expected was probably a Metagross lead. So Transrites to Sylveon comes in, taking that Toxic. Looks like Tiller's going for the stall style this time around. I actually don't think that Tiller has anything that can take a Hyper Voice really well. So it'll be interesting to see what comes in to take that Hyper Voice. And as Blackbird the Tapu Koko, one more Hyper Voice could actually take it down. Volt Switch will do some big damage though. And it's Thunderbolt. Sylveon goes for the Heal Bell instead. Thunderbolt does about 47%, which is how much Sylveon has left in its HP, so Sylveon might want to get out of there, maybe switch over to Quagsire, or maybe Protect. Tough situation for Sylveon to be in right now, but I think, yeah, it goes for the Protect Scout, and there's a Thunderbolt trying to take down Sylveon once more. Will we see the switch into Quagsire? I don't think anything else is really poised to take a Thunderbolt. Maybe Serperior can, actually. Volt Switch is the move that's used by Blackbird, bringing down Sylveon to 9%. And Bisharp's the one to come. Wish is now up for Sylveon. However, this is a tough spot to be in, especially with Iron Head and Swords Dance both being able to threaten Sylveon. Sylveon has to make a choice here. Does it want to protect and allow the Swords Dance boost, or will it switch out? If it switches out, I don't think Sylveon could come back in safely unless it's maybe versus Mandibuzz. Even then, it's going to have a tough time. We'll see what the decision is. Bisharp, one of the more threatening Pokemon on downtown Darmanitan. It has swept whole teams before. Very tense situation as Sylveon hangs on to its 15%. And it's tough because if there's an Iron Head coming, then the best answers to that would probably be Metagross and Chandelure, well, and Quagsire too. But Metagross and Chandelure can't take a knockoff or a Sucker Punch, so Sylveon really has to think here. Sylveon goes for the Protect, and knockoff is a move that's used by Bisharp. So Sylveon is now a little bit healthier. A nice scout there. I'd say Protect was actually probably the right thing to do, but definitely doesn't want to stick around for an Iron Head, that's for sure. In comes Metagross, taking the Iron Head. Nice call out on the Iron Head. Rocky Helmet and a Life Orb are going to deal damage to Bisharp. Oh, a little bit over 25%. Really nice call out there. I was like, oh my gosh, Metagross. Yeah, Metagross can't take that knockoff. Down goes Metagross, but Bisharp is now at 47%. Who will come in to try and take it down? I think a reasonable choice would be Quagsire. It could come in and maybe go for an Earthquake in this situation. We could see Quagsire or Dragonite. Okay. Beware of Sucker Punch. An Earthquake from Dragonite can take down Bisharp. Could we see Mandibuzz maybe come in to try to wall? And that's exactly what happens. Vicky comes in to take that Earthquake. Mandibuzz can be a thorn in Dragonite's side. In comes Sylveon, taking that Toxic once again. And Sylveon goes for the Wish. The next switch-in will have its HP healed, or Protect. And Sylveon is back to 82%, a little bit more than what it came in with, but it's definitely not going to want to stick around for an Iron Head. In comes Dr. Chunch the Quagsire, taking an Iron Head relatively easily, 16%. Bisharp has to be careful of that collateral damage. That Life Orb recoil is wearing it down. Will we see Mandibuzz yet again come in to try and Toxic the Quagsire, predicting that Earthquake? Mandibuzz just has to be careful of Toxic itself. And Knockoff is the move that's used. This could be the end for Bisharp. Indeed it is. Scald takes down Bisharp. In comes Zygarde, 10%. Zygarde 10% can go for 1,000 arrows. So maybe Sylveon would be a good switch in for this. I'm not sure Quagsire can take 1,000 arrows. Zygarde does have a good chance of being choice banded, so that's something to take into consideration. Five score. In comes Sylveon taking that 1,000 arrows. It does a big 50%. Sylveon is now down to 32%. It's not a good place for Sylveon to be, especially with how slow it is. The only Pokemon... Ooh, and it looks like 1,000 Arrows takes down Sylveon. Four or 5 score. Sigurd, Zygarde 10%, really hard to deal with 1,000 arrows. Dragonite can't come into that because of the fact that it is 1,000 arrows hits flying types as well. And we see Dragonite, who we were just speaking about, coming out. Sigurd has to make a decision, and it decides to stay in, using 1,000 arrows once again. Dragonite goes for the Dragon Dance. Now Dragonite is in a favorable position, using Ice Punch to take down Sigurd. And Mandibuzz comes in, the ever wall, the wall that it is. Vicky. Foul Play can actually probably take down Dragonite, so something to be aware of. But if Dragonite does enough damage, actually if Dragonite does enough damage to Vicky, maybe Superior could come in and try to go for... Yeah, Vicky is definitely the thorn in the side, especially now that Sylveon is gone. It's going to be extremely hard to take down. And we see a Z move coming from Dragonite. Supersonic Sky Strike doing about 72%, but Foul Play is going to take down Dragonite. Vicky is sitting comfortably here. In comes Perfuma the Superior. And Substitute is now up. Vicky goes for the Roost. So now Superior is free to start Leaf Storming and boosting. Vicky... If Vicky has Brave Bird, then it might be able to take it down, but if not, it's not going to want to stick around to see what happens. And Foul Play gets rid of the Substitute. But once Superior is on a roll, it's very hard to stop. And here comes another Substitute, also taken down by... Oh, not taken down by the Foul Play. It can survive a Foul Play. This is a little bit of a game changer versus Vicky. Vicky might wanna not stick around for this one. Who knows? One more Leaf Storm, and it is not looking good for Tiller. But nothing can really safely switch into a Leaf Storm, so Vicky's going to have to power through this one, I think. This is a pretty decisive tone shift in this battle. Will Superior get some more Leaf Storms up? We'll see. And indeed, another Leaf Storm is up. One more Leaf Storm, and it is poised to take down Vicky. I think it might be good to set up a substitute before that happens, just so that I could wall another foul play and then go for that final Leaf Storm safely, and that's exactly what happened. Substitute is up, foul play takes it down though, so the damage roll is 50-50 here. I think Tiller's hoping to get Superior down to enough that Tapu Koko could come in. Alright, Vicky is down. In comes Barbara. Interesting choice versus Superior, considering that it has Shell Smash, but it might have a Focus Sash, and indeed it does. Brought down to 1 HP. Shell Smash activates. Not good news for Perfuma. This could be the game. I think a Stone Edge might be enough to take down Perfuma at this point. Brick Break is what takes down Perfuma. The Chandelure switch-in. I was thinking Chandelure could be a good switch-in for this point. Chandelure can't switch in now. Quagsire might be able to unaware through this Shell Smash. We'll see. Earthquake, a critical hit does. Ooh, and Quagsire can now wall Barbara. Unaware. And just recovering in Barbara's face. So many tone shifts during this match. Yet another Earthquake, and this time Ice Punch is what takes down Barbara. In comes Tapu Koko, who might have Grass Knot. Quagsire is going to have to be careful, and indeed Grass Knot takes it down. Finally, we have Chandelure to come in. Chad Deluxe. I think this is, unless Chandelure's maybe, yeah, I think this might be the match. Sharpedo is a very strong Pokemon against Chandelure. Chandelure goes for the Flamethrower. Down goes Blackbird. Archibald is the last Pokemon standing. I think Chandelure is actually Scarfed, so Flamethrower is not going to be very good versus Sharpedo. If it went for the Energy Ball, it could have taken down Tapu Koko and then maybe taken down Sharpedo. But because it's Flamethrower, I think Sharpedo will be able to take it down. And yep, it is Choice Scarf. Flamethrower goes first, but the Crunch is going to take down Chandelure, and a very close battle. Really, really close between both sides. Very impressive battle. This actually confirms them for the playoffs. Lionhugs only needed to lose by -1 to get in, and that's exactly what happened. So a 1-0 victory for Downtown Darmanitan over Wooper Blooper. Great match between both sides, and both are confirmed for the playoffs. So good job to both competitors. I'll see you both in the playoffs. Tune in for more Week 10 battles coming up, and I'll see you then.